Hi kids, Mr. Biter here.
Mr. Ebsary here.
Hey, we're going to do a song today called The Bear Went Over the Mountain. And you know, I've climbed a few mountains in my life, just kind of, and I think some of the time it's just to get to the top, right?
Oh, yeah.
But the bear didn't climb it for that. He didn't climb it for that. He did it for some other reason. So let's sing it through once. Ready? The bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain to see what he could see, to see what he could see, to see what he could see. Oh, the bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain to see what he could see. Now, the second verse tells what he could see, all right? Because if he gets all the way across the mountain, you would think he would see something, right? Well, he did. He saw the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain was all that he could see, was all that he could see, was all that he could see. Oh, the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain was all that he could see. Must have been a little disappointing. He just got to the other side, he was like, oh, that's it? Just the other side of the mountain. So I wanted to talk to you about being able to kind of see things from different angles. So the bear kind of learned this lesson. He went all the way across the mountain and he looks at the mountain and he's like, oh, it's the same thing, right? And that's true of some things. Some things, when we look at them from both sides, they look exactly the same. So I have a letter here, right? And you'll know this letter. It's the very first letter of the alphabet, and it kind of looks like a mountain, all right? But if the bear, so we're going to do like bear cam here, okay? So the bear's looking at it, he's like, oh, that's an A right there, yeah. If he climbs all the way over the mountain and he looks at it from the other side, let's see what it looks like from the other side. Wait. It looks the same from both sides, right? So this is a letter that has symmetry. It means it's the same from that side and from that side. You can't even tell the difference, really, right? Looks like an A from both sides. Do you think that's true of all the letters?
I don't think so.
So if we took this letter right here, if the bear was looking at this one, we all know that that's a B, right? If he climbs over the mountain and looks at it from the other side, though, now it looks backward, right?
Backwards,
B
yeah.
for backward. So B is right that way, but if we climb the other side of the mountain and go to the other side, it's going to look backwards. So some letters it doesn't work for, and some it does work for. All right. So I have some other stuff. But let's sing it one more time, and maybe you can think of some other letters that you think do look the same from both sides, and maybe some that you think no way that would look different from the other sides. Ready? The bear went over the mountain. The bear went over the mountain. The bear went over the mountain to see what he could see. To see what he could see. To see what he could see. Oh, the bear went over the mountain. The bear went over the mountain. The bear went over the mountain to see what he could see. When he got to the other side, oh, all he saw was the other side of the mountain. The other side of the mountain. The other side of the mountain was all that he could see. Was all that he could see. Was all that he could see. Oh, the other side of the mountain. The other side of the mountain. The other side of the mountain was all that he could see. All right, so I want to give you another symbol, and I want you to see if you can predict whether you think it's going to be the same on both sides, okay? So this one is a music symbol, all right? So this one is called a treble clef, okay? Treble clef. You'll see this in music, like right at the start of the music all the time. So do you think if I spin this around, it's going to look the same? What do you think?
Well, it does have a curve on this side. It also has a curve on this side, so maybe. But this curve, I don't know. It seems so complicated.
It is a really complicated. It was a hard one to figure out.
Take a guess. I'm gonna guess yes because it's got curves.
Okay, you think it's going to be the same on both sides?
But
let's see if it. No, it looked different on that side, didn't it? Take a look. Boom. Boom. Yes. All right. So this one doesn't look the same from the other side of the mountain. It looks different from the other side of the mountain. We go across. The side of the mountain was different. All right. So I have some words here too. And now the word it's got a whole bunch of letters in it, right? So maybe some of the letters will look right and some won't look right. So let's just take the word music. All right, let's see if we can predict the other side of the mountain. Which letters do you think are going to still look the right way? Like when we spin this around, which one do you think?
Well, I learned from that last one that the really complicated and that was not they did not match. But the M seems like it's the same on this side as it is on this. I'm going to say the M is the same.
All right.
Same idea with the U. It just goes down and up. Same on that side as it is on that side. So I'm going to say that'll be the same.
Oh, so he's almost like cutting it in half with his eye and imagining what's on this side and what's on this side of half. Because when it spins, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. The
eye.
S. Oh, the I. Yeah, the I is going
sure.
to definitely be the same. Yeah.
S.
S.
I'm going to say no because I see that if I were to cut it down to half, that it's yeah, no.
I can start almost imagining it in my mind, flipped around, right?
Yeah.
The C, no way, I think. All right, let's see. Let's see if we were right. Ooh, yeah, so the M was still good. Mm-hmm. The U was still good. The I was still good, but the S and the C. Now, everything's backward, too. All the letters are backward, but just the letters themselves, some of them still look right, right? The M and the U and the I, they still look right. So we get to the other side of the mountain, we're like, oh, some of it looks right and some of it doesn't look right. All right. So I'm going to show you this one. This is my name right here. All right? All right. So let's see if we can sing the song, and you can try to predict which ones they're going to be. Okay? You know what? I'll put another name up here, too. So we got both of our names, Ebsary and Biter. Mr. Ebsary and Mr. Biter. Which one do you think has more letters that'll still look right when we finish the song?
Okay, so
ready?
More letters. Okay.
The bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain to see what he could see, to see what he could see, to see what he could see. The bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain to see what he could see. The other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain was all that he could see, was all that he could see, was all that he could see. The other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain was all that he could see. So let's spin him around. Let's do yours first. So we got E-B-S-A-R-Y. Let's count how many. First of all, you have more letters than me, I think. No, maybe not. Oh, wait, that's same amount of letters.
Yep, same.
Oh, yours just looks longer. Yeah. The I in mine makes it shorter. Looks shorter. All right, so let's see. What do you think? Ooh,
just
A
one.
and Y.
Oh yeah,
A and Y.
A and Y.
The A and the Y are still good.
Yeah.
So you had 2 in yours. Everything else is like the other side of the mountain looks different, right? So let's take a look at mine. Spin mine around. Oh, I only have 2 as well.
Yeah.
I and T. I and T. The E's are all backward. The R and the B, those are all backward. So we're still tied.
Yeah.
We're still tied for that useless exercise of who has the other side of the mountain letters. So I want to tell you one more thing. So I have one more. You'll know this. UPES, right? Is there any? Can you guys see if you can figure out what would be yours? And you could try your name too. If you get a piece of paper and a marker or crayon and you write it real dark, you can spin the paper around and see from the other side what. But Mr. Ebsary, any ideas on this one? Is there any letters you think that will still look the same?
Yeah, I remember from before that the U is the same, but I think that's the only one.
Let's see if that's right. Yep, just the U. The P looks wrong, the E looks wrong, the S looks wrong. Yeah. So that was an easy one. Another music note. If we look at this one, that's the way a music note's supposed to look. That's a half note, right? It's supposed to have a note like that. But if I spin it around, now it looks like it's facing the wrong direction, right? It doesn't look the same on both sides, right? So regular music notes, they're no good from both sides, right? But I have a special symbol in this song that we're actually using in this song. I don't know if you knew this, but there's one part of the song where it kind of feels like we stop and sing for a long time. So let's sing them and see if you can find the word where it almost feels like we stop and we just singing like nonsense for a while, like one word for a long time. Ready? The bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain to see what he could see, to see what he could see, to see what he could see. Oh, the bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain, to see what he could see. Oh, the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain, was all that he could see, was all that he could see, was all that he could see. Oh, the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain, was all that he could see. All right, so you could, we were exaggerating a little bit there, but there's a thing in music called a fermata. A fermata makes this symbol right here, and that's what we were doing when we got to that certain word, which was mountain, like that, the second part of mountain. We were imagining one of these was right in the music, and it is. If you look at the music for this song, we have one of those right over the top of that note and over the top of the word. That's called a fermata, and what that does is it means hold that note. Now, if you had a conductor, like if we were in an orchestra and we had a conductor, that person would get to decide how long you did it for. It's like, the other side of the mountain, they would hold their hands, all that he could see. And so they would get to decide, and I would just have to listen to them. But when we sing the song by ourselves, we get to decide how long we do it, which was why sometimes we exaggerated things. So what do you think? Do you think this one is going to look the same from the other side of the mountain?
Oh, the bear. It kind of looks like a mountain.
It does. All right, so he's looking from this side. He's like, I don't know if it's the same. All right, he's going to climb over the mountain. I can't tell you. You got to guess for yourself. Okay, let's spin it around and see if it's the same from the other side of the mountain. It was. It was the exact same from both sides of the mountain, right? So that one has symmetry as well. Let's sing it one more time, and you see if you can make that symbol with your hands. So what you can do is you can make a curved line with a dot like this. Can you make a fermata with your hands? And every time we get to there, I'll go like this. Other side of the mountain. All right, here we go. And the bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain, to see what he could see, to see what he could see, to see what he could see. Oh, the bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain, to see what he could see. Oh, all he saw was the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain, was all that he could see, was all that he could see, was all that he could see. Oh, the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain, was all that he could see. Thank you for joining us, guys. Have a great weekend.